Holy flying flippin' flapjacks. The UFC's reigning defending welterweight champion Kamaru the Nigerian Nightmare Usman just got KO'd by Leon Rocky Edwards in the 5th round at UFC 278 in the main event. Before we break down UFC 278, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Don't be a baby back, bagel biting, beta male, because you know what time it is. It's full-time MMA. That's right. Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare, was just knocked out via vicious head kick in the 5th round at UFC 278 in the main event, and this played out just like a Rocky movie for Leon Rocky Edwards. He was on his way to losing a unanimous decision. It was going to be the end of Leon Edwards' title aspirations as he waited 2 years for this title shot, awaiting Kamaru Usman to be ready to fight him. I have one question to ask as we think of Leon Edwards' path to the title, as he awaited multiple fights with Hunsucker, as he fought Nate Diaz. The question I ask is, just how good is Nate Diaz? Nate Diaz had Leon Rocky Edwards rocked in their fight. And now, knowing what we know about Leon Rocky Edwards, and he is the reigning defending welterweight champion, Nate Diaz was just a couple punches away from being the UFC's welterweight champion. Does this change your mind about Nate Diaz versus Khamzat coming up soon? If it doesn't, I don't know what will, because holy smokes, Leon Edwards, the current UFC welterweight champion, there's so much to unpack here. This was a rematch of a fight Leon Rocky Edwards lost. Now there's a trilogy in line. But wait, the way that Kamaru Usman was knocked out so viciously, he's going to have to take some time off. Medical clearance. Leon Rocky Edwards could wait, or he could take a title fight in the meantime with the winner of Diaz versus Chimaev. He could fight a Kobe Covington. There's a couple fresh matchups. Jorge Masvidal, 3-piece and a soda for Leon Rocky Edwards. Oh my God. This just opened up a can of worms in the UFC's welterweight division. And oh, by the way, Kamaru Usman was one fight away from tying Anderson Silva's longest UFC reigning win streak. With this loss, that is officially still intact. Anderson Silva is somewhere dancing like Michael Jackson, bringing satisfaction because his record is still intact. It's like the MMA gods came down and they kicked Kamaru Usman in the face. The MMA karma gods came down and knocked him out cold for what he did to Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. They saved Anderson Silva the GOAT streak. I got to admit, Kamaru Usman was looking like one of the future greatest, and he still could be known as the greatest fighter of all time in the future, but the MMA gods came down and put that shit to a sudden halt tonight, and I am pumped. That is one of the craziest finishes to the fight I could have expected. I thought Usman was just going to continue to cruise to the victory, a snoozer, a safe fight, but Leon Rocky Edwards came through at the end, my friend, and he just changed the whole course of the UFC's welterweight division and shook up the entire UFC with that head kick. He knocked out Kamaru Usman stiff, walk-off knockout, didn't even need any finish-up shots. Holy smokes. Let's talk about Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold made it to a unanimous decision and put up a much better fight than a lot of people expected, and left people more curious about his gas tank than his chin in the co-main event. Luke Rockhold, everyone expected him to get pummeled and ran through by the eraser Paulo Costa, but no, Luke Rockhold earned a lot of people's respect and laid down his gloves. He called it a career at Utah in the co-main event, but not without putting up a very respectable, admirable performance. Luke Rockhold came into this fight with a level head, and he also left this fight in a very respectable manner. With this fight against Paulo Costa, I mean, hats off to Luke Rockhold. Give him a hand clap. It's been a hell of a career, and the way he went out tonight was extremely respectable. He made it to a decision despite being completely gassed. He fought a hell of a fight. And oh, by the way, how about Merab Dvalishvili training with Aljamain Sterling out of Serra Longo, defeating Jose Aldo via unanimous decision? That was a phenomenal performance as well. UFC 278, hell of a night of fights, but it was all capped off by Leon Rocky Edwards knocking out Kamaru Usman in the 5th round. Holy flying flipping flapjacks. Let me know what you think in the comments. What are your thoughts? Who's next? Is it Chimaev? Is it Jorge Masvidal? Is it Kamaru Usman? Holy smokes. Leon Rocky Edwards did it, and he did it the hard way. Oh God. Just hats off, man. Just the potential. I mean, the Masvidal fight, 3-piece Minnesota, Chimaev versus Diaz, the Usman trilogy. The world just opened up for Leon Rocky Edwards in a major way. I cannot wait to see what happens. This just shook up the whole UFC, opened up the welterweight division. Who's next, man? It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I am out.